Good morning, everybody, and welcome to House Flipper episode 178. We are going to continue our flip of the old lady's house and head straight on over. I think we had one bathroom and a bedroom to do, an art studio, a living room, and a dining room kitchenette or something similar. The Smoth family inform us that they've always dreamt of a lovely living room. Actually do better in a slightly bigger house, but they don't like more than 4 rooms. So alright, so what have we done so far in here? We have done one sauna and a bathroom. That is a massive bathroom. We were aiming for the art girl, but we don't seem to have impressed her very much. It could have something to do with the laundry, which is not very arty, I'm afraid. We also have a small toilet in here. You'll notice that Jack Tarrington, who I used to have so much difficulty with, is actually sitting at the second on the ladder, and I'm very, very inclined to change this whole flip and make it his. Possibly. Let's just go into mirrors and grab a mirror for these guys. We use everything from all of the different DLCs, and we will just grab our mirrors. I mean, we have the mirror module. That's kind of cute. It's got no border on it though, so I don't know. And I like the leader because it has an inbuilt light. Quotian, I forget what sort of sink we put in here. What sort of sink was it? A Madarian's. Okay, let's go find a Madarian's mirror. And it was in white, so we'll keep with that. There we go. We need a light in here. Let's just go with lamps and ceiling. Wander down. I mean, there are a lot of nice kind of lights in here, and I probably should be thinking a lot more economical if I'm going to give it to the real estate agent. But installations and a light switch are usually handy. Let's just pop that there. And I probably should, maybe tile in here. Let's give it some nice light yellow tiles. Where are we? I'm just thinking to match in with the other theme that we already have going in here. Oops, no building walls. Not ready for them. And we'll head into walls. Where are we? We probably don't need to tile this little room, except maybe behind the sink, in which case we might as well tile everything with half tiles. Or we could just tile it full length. It all depends. Go walls, wall tiles, and 2 shades of white. I think we can get away with 1 actually. It's probably going to need 2, but we'll just go with the 1 to start with. And we'll take that through. I didn't check to see if I actually had an empty hand when I started tiling, but these do look like the right tiles, so fingers crossed. Fingers crossed too that it's not too old-fashioned a style, but I think at this point we can pretty much see where our cards are going to fall with our buyers, and it looks very much like we're going to have it's either going to be the family, in which case for the Johnson family we need to put in a family room. But I'm actually tending more towards the real estate agent, and he likes his multiple bathrooms. So we might just get into there and do that. All right. So this is a little tiny, it's a 2-meter square bathroom. If we were going to sell this to, say, Raphael Urco, we could turn this into one of those little, what is it, Insaniquarium or whatever he wants to call them. A little isolation room where he could think thoughts for himself. I think most people just use the bathroom for that, but anyway. Oh, right, okay. I just need to fix that in a minute. One thing the real estate agent does like is he likes everything to be tiled or painted or whatever. So what we're just going to do is, that's why I've tiled in there. We will sell. Oh, whoops, I had tiles left. Oh dear, that's terrible. And I think that's pretty much where we're leaving this tiny little room. We're going to put a door on it because it's not claustrophobic enough. We'll go with doors, and we'll just go with our internal doorway white. I'm going to make it open against the wall and not against the toilet. It'll probably still wipe out whoever's standing at the sink, but given that it's an ensuite, we should be right. Alright, so we've already put the flooring in. It doesn't need cleaning. I thought it did though, but that's just the grass outside. So that's fine. Doors and windows. We have curtains and blinds. One mountable window blind. It's cheaper than using any other kind of blind in here. So if we're going real estate agent, we need to keep the costs down. Although I'm going to rebel if it gets too much. So we'll do that. It's nice light floors. Alright, so what am I doing? I'm going to put... Alright, we're going to put a double bed in here. It's not going to fit a lot, so let's just go into furniture, go into beds. I love these bunk beds. Now some of these bunk beds you'll only find in HGTV, but they recently added some more bunk beds. I think this might be them, that you can find in the base set. So they did add bunk beds to both the base set as well as the other set, which is nice. Let's have a look at our beds. That's a 224, but I don't like the covers on it mostly. Wait, you know what? I can live with that. Okay, so we might do this cover. Except I'd like the pillows to contrast, but I don't think I'm liking the contrast ideas that I've got. Alright, we will stick with the blue. And the mattress... Oh, because you can see it, I see. Yep, so the mattress can be white. And the wood... I like the elm, mostly. The sapel's not bad. No, let's just go with... Let's go with the American elm. It's kind of a neutral thing. We get a bit of... options with it. It's also a relatively cheap bed, so actually, you know what, we may have to flip that, I think, to fit it in nicely. We're not going to have two bedside tables. That's okay. If it's the real estate agent, we don't want to get too fancy. So he's happy with 2 bedrooms. Let me just work out where the other bedroom is, because I don't think I've put one in. No, I think he's just putting in a wish. Alrighty, so we finished off the ensuite. We are going to very quickly do our probably royal blue walls, is my thought, because it'll match the coverlet the best. We'll just see how this goes. I may hate it yet. I mean, we could get away with white. That would keep the whole room lighter, and it is a small room. You know what, that could be a little bit too light. Let's just... Sorry, I should have done it over here to get a feel for it. Okay, back it up. It's okay. What other colours have we got? I do have sleepy blue, but I didn't think it would fit. Yeah, see, I think that's going to be a worse match. Let's give it a shot anyway, and we'll just see what it looks like. It's a more vivid blue, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. No, I think we'll stick with the royal. All right, let's get rid of the sleepy. So you could also get away with white with this colour scheme as well, because it's it would just pick up the highlights on the bed, and then the bed would provide a contrast with the rest. But as it stands, so we'll just get that all put in, see how that goes. Okay. Alright, so that's painted. It would look nicer with blinds or maybe curtains in there, but I don't know if I can get away with it. So if we're aiming for the real estate agent, he's a pain in the neck, but he's not too bad. Okay. We can do a couple of things that will keep the art girl interested. So I mean, we can still go with our signature plants in here. We'll go with our decorations and plants, and we'll find that drapey plant that we like so well. I'm thinking we might stick with the powder blue colouring, and we'll go by many and we'll just drape it. I kind of like it there. There we go. See, and there's our art girl, completely ecstatic that we've remembered to put plants in the room, which almost makes me sorry that we may not be selling it to her. Almost. We will go with our furniture and our cupboards and our nightstands. So we have a pretty good variety of nightstands. We can go cheap. I like the Hermes, but it's expensive, but I like the narrowness of it for this room. I don't mind that either. So let's have a look and see what that looks like. Alright, that looks atrocious. Alright, in that case I'm just going to go with that, and we're going to go with the elm, which is pretty much why I chose elm to start with, because I knew I could match it. We'll grab a bedside table, so we go lamps, standing, and I think, I mean that's quite a nice looking lamp. The other thing, actually, now that I think about it, we might be able to get a lamp with a matching shade, I think. No, I could be mistaken. Those are all plain. No, okay. In that case, we're just going to go with this one. Give it a nice clean. That looks ridiculously huge. Let's not do that. I've changed my mind already. I know, if you could have $1 for every time I change my mind, you'd be very wealthy. Alright, let's go with the Leonard. There, see, it's much more in proportion with everything else, except that it doesn't... Do we have a dark? Oh, okay, that would have been better. Right, let's just change this out. We need a little bit of contrast with that wall. We don't want the lamp actually blending in like that. There we go. It's all right. That's not a bad contrast. So what we're going to try and do is shift the real estate agent to the top, and I may have to pull a few things out and put a few things in just to get him to do that, but I'm pretty sure we can manage it. Doors and windows, just down to doors. Here we go, and we'll buy that. Just pop that door right in there. There we go. That's all done. This is going to be a living room. He wants a living room kitchenette. So what we're going to do is we're going to, I think it's registering these two spaces. Yep, these two spaces as separate rooms. So we're going to take out this here. because he sees them as 2 rooms, and I want him to see it as one space. So, because I'm going to put the kitchenette in this little space here. Alright, we're good. Did I put a door on that? Yes, let's close that. There we go. So we're going to put in a living room kitchenette. We're going to put a second bedroom in here. And that is probably going to be our next move. So this is my very staid and quiet bedroom. It really needs a rug on the floor. I'm not going to put a rug in until I've moved the real estate agent up to the top. And that could take a little bit. So I think what we'll do is we'll call this episode here. And it's a very plain room, isn't it, really? Oh, I know what I've forgotten. The light. We'll call the episode here. And in the next episode, which will be a bit longer, we're going to have a living room kitchenette. We'll probably go from the very start to the very finish with that. We've got some nice cabinets that were added with the HGTV setting that we can put in. But you can probably find plenty to substitute if you needed to, if you didn't have that additional DLC. So there's our nice quiet bedroom. It's probably one of the plainest bedrooms I've done in a very long time. We probably need a wardrobe. Let's have a look at wardrobes while I remember them, because I have completely forgotten. See, those are kids stuff that'll irritate our clients. Let's go for hanging. No, not hanging. Wardrobes. There we go. I like the Hermes because it's narrow for a start, but it also has drawers, and so we might actually go with this one. Put the American Elm because it also matches, and we'll flip it sideways, and it should fit quite nicely in that space and still give us some walking space. Alrighty, now we're done. Okay, and on that note, I will see you later. So if you like the episode, please hit like. If you'd like to see more, please hit subscribe, and I will check you around. Have a great week out there.